That's a little odd. Levi, a little concerning. Hello, friends, family, and everyone watching from home. I'm Alex Booz, and this is
Levi Smith.
This is the All Talk Podcast. And this is our first one. Some could say the pilot. I don't know.
That's what we say around here.
I mean, the pilot episode. I don't know. Hopefully, it's a good one.
You know what I think we should do to start off this episode?
What's that?
I think we should bring in our fine guest, Enoch McCrary.
Enoch McCrary's. Oh, yeah. Enoch McCrary's
There
here.
he is. I'll let you just take a seat right here.
I'm Enoch McCrary.
Welcome, Enoch.
Yep.
Glad to have you on the show. It's our first guest on the All Talk Podcast.
I'm proud.
Should be, shouldn't be.
Feeling good.
This is a good one. First off, Enoch, we're going to ask you some questions here. I mean, hopefully get some good answers out of you. How has senior year gone so far for you?
No, it's gone. It's had its ups and it's had its downs. There's stuff I would have preferred to be different, but all in all, it's been okay.
That's good. That's good.
What do you have planned for your future after high school?
Just going straight to work, pretty much. Hopefully, I can save up money and go to college to be a pilot. I plan on paying for my flight school and stuff in cash.
Hardworking man we got here.
Hardworking man. Where do you plan on going to work?
Probably FedEx as a truck driver.
You like to drive?
I do love to drive.
Wow.
And you said something about being a pilot. Or when did that intrigue you?
Yeah, when was that passion first thought?
I've always liked, even though I used to be scared of heights, which is a lot of people are like, that's weird for you to want to be a pilot. But I used to do Young Eagles when I was really young, where they take you up in a plane. And I remember when they took me up for the first time, I was just glued to the window. I was like, that is so cool.
I think I actually went on the same thing as you.
Yeah. Oh, you did.
Yeah,
I
it's
took you
cool,
one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Cool
it was up,
experience.
and sometimes I look in the sky and I see those planes flying over. I'm like, there's a person up there flying that right now and getting paid to do it.
It's wild.
That is
It's
crazy.
wild.
It's crazy how far technologies came.
Scared of heights, but wants to be a pilot. All right.
Yeah, it's a strange
You ever
world.
seen
we live in.
Castaway?
I have.
Yeah. Well, how are you feeling about graduating?
A little happy, actually. Although it's very daunting, I'm actually quite excited with how my senior year's going. I'm a little excited to move on and kind of go forward with my life.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just, I think that's how everyone kind of puts it. Yeah, it's been
Good points.
I'm excited to make money.
I think we
very
should
scary.
dive into a little more fun topic for him.
More fun topic, not so serious for Enoch
I
here.
think we should ask him a question about a little island, you know?
A little island.
Ooh.
Speaking of Castaway here. All right, Enoch.
You want to start it off?
You want to start up? Enoch, scenario, you're flying, you're on a desert island, you're stranded. What are the top 5 things that you're bringing with you on your journey?
Number one's water.
Number one.
Like a good amount of water.
Like
So
how
like-
much of water?
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 gallons.
Like a
I
bag?
feel like that's heavy, but not too much.
Like a bag or like a...
Like gallons in a bag.
Gotcha, gotcha,
Okay.
And then
gotcha.
food, Cliff Bars specifically, because they're very nutritious.
He's
and
done his research.
yeah,
Yes,
Cliff,
yes.
Cliff Bars, like several boxes of Cliff Bars. I'm gonna bring a good, like a flint and steel.
Flint and steel.
Okay.
Flint and steel, because
Alright.
that like works a while. Maybe I'll like different. I don't know how good lighters compared to flint and steel. A fire starter. What else? What
2
else?
things left here, Enoch. 2.
Yeah.
I'd bring a little, like a sleeping bag kind of thing.
Okay.
Like something that I can sneak in. Not quite a tent, but a sleeping bag.
Mans loves to sleep. So
Yeah.
we know
I
that.
love to
You'll
sleep.
be snoozing on that island, that's for sure.
And probably machete.
A machete.
Yeah, I feel like
Interesting.
they're versatile.
Straight away from a sleeping bag to a machete.
That was a wild
That was-
a wild turn. I'll be honest.
Chop down
that was-
trees and stuff. I feel like they'd
We got
be
Bear
good too.
Grylls up here.
That's fair, yeah. That's
He knows how to survive.
fair. Man with a plan.
Yeah.
So let's hope that never happens.
Yeah,
But
Cross our fingers.
if it does, Enoch's ready.
I got Cliff
Enoch's
Bars.
ready.
The man knows what to do. He knows how to survive.
I got Cliff
He's got his
Bars.
machete and Cliff Bars. That's all he needs.
Chocolate chips specifically.
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate
Cliff
chip.
There's
What a
different
choice.
kinds of Cliff Bars. I've
Or
never
peanut
had.
butter. You've never had a Cliff Bar?
Never had a
I
Cliff
think I
Bar.
have a few
Chocolate
times.
chip. I'm pretty sure there might be like strawberry, peanut butter, all kinds of stuff.
And
That's what they get. Like what is a Cliff Bar?
It's like a little granola bar, but it's like all natural and it's like packed with a bunch of calories. Because like
Gotcha.
hikers and stuff use it.
Yeah.
The front of the thing's like a little guy condiment.
You can really pack a lot of those too.
You can, because they're only like that big.
It's
Jeez.
pretty big.
So you're just snacking on Cliff Bars?
Yeah.
But yeah. Any more questions for Enoch here, Levi?
You know, whenever you so let's say you get out of work, all right? You go home, chilling with your family. What's your go-to board game that you're gonna be playing with them?
Board game. I like chess a lot. 'Cause,
Chess with the family?
My,
With the family?
my dad and my mom love chess. In
Okay.
fact, that's how they got married. My dad said that if you beat me in a game of chess, I'll propose very soon after. And he waited. He was not going to propose to her until she did that. And one day she
Very
beat him.
bold man right there.
That's
The next
wild.
week he
Must be a
proposed. So
smart woman.
chess is a big thing in my family, and we play that a lot. And Scrabble's the second one.
Scrabble.
Yeah, I was waiting for a
Scrabble.
normal
We
game.
we knew there was something else
Yeah.
coming along.
And I asked him what game he plays. He said chess. Chess. Not hating on chess.
Hey, I love chess.
Chess is fun. Chess is a good game.
I've had a lot of tournaments with him. I've done
It's nice.
That's great.
Enoch, how's your, no, just talking about your family. How's your brother doing?
He's doing all right.
Oh, that's good. That's a good point.
He's just working and making money and
That's good.
living on his own now.
The way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked a little bit about that house he bought.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's nice. Yeah. Good for him. All right, Enoch. We're going to go ahead and jump into our next segment here.
Spicy one.
Spicy. This might be some.
It's gonna get controversial.
It will be very
I
controversial.
like this already.
Top 5 cereals.
Top 5
Ooh,
cereals.
You
this
wake
is
up
a
in the
strong
morning.
question.
You get ready. You go in the kitchen. What are you grabbing? Top shelf. What are you grabbing?
Like list all 5.
All rank them from 5 being the worst
I
to
got
number
this.
1 being the best. Right? You started
Number
off.
one.
And I'll follow up.
Number 1, it's gotta be Cocoa Pebbles.
Okay.
Cocoa Pebbles are elite.
Okay.
I have eaten those a lot. 2,
Alright.
gotta fall right behind with the Fruity Pebbles.
Was this in best to worst or
Best to
Okay,
worst.
best.
Oh.
Oh, so you're okay.
Best
Okay,
to
so
worst.
the best.
So number 2, Fruity Pebbles. Those two clash. It's hard to pick which one's on top.
Mhm.
I'm more of a chocolate kind of guy.
I see.
So just barely gets over the Fruity Pebbles.
Okay. So, sorry to butt in, but see, I liked the choice, and that they also that make an appearance on my list. It might, but the big problem here is you wait just a little bit too long. They're soggy.
the
They're soggy.
milk gets
The milk.
gross.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
think the milk gets Fruity
Dude,
Pebbles
that's-
milk gets gross, but
If-
with the Cocoa Pebbles
I
it
feel
turns
like-
into chocolate
I feel like it's
milk.
too
Well, yes,
much
but-
chocolate
but
to a
like-
point.
What I'm saying is when it's just soggy, you're just kind of
Yeah.
scooping up soggy cereal.
I don't really.
If you wait, you won't get that crunch.
Yeah, I like
that
the crunch.
in
I
my
like the
cereal,
crunch.
I like the crunch. I like a good crunch.
The way I counter that is I don't put in too much at one time.
Oh.
So I start off
So
like
you
medium,
portion yourself.
portion it, and then
Alright.
whenever that cereal gets soggy, like the very end of it, you put more dry cereal in,
Okay.
and then you don't notice the sog.
Okay, that's smart.
That's what I
see
do.
it. I see.
He's got a strategy.
Yeah.
I see
So
it.
like as much as that's definitely a con,
Mhm.
there's ways to kind of compensate for that.
Okay.
And I've definitely mastered.
You see, with my cereal, I like it not dry, but
Yeah.
just like
The
that
perfect amount of-
that milk,
Yeah.
that little bit, it's just kind of moist, kind of like letting the milk get into it, but not.
I don't
too
want it to
much.
be a race to finish. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to scarf it down, you know.
Mhm, yeah, I'm trying to pace yourself.
Yeah,
pace
it's
yourself.
gonna be good.
So let's go ahead and continue with your list here.
Number 3, Frosted Mini Wheats.
Okay,
Ooh, so that's
respect
a
it.
sleeper pick.
That is a
That's
sleeper pick. I was not expecting
I wasn't
that
thinking
on
about them.
anyone's list. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's not. I don't know. I think that's more of like
What?
a 7, 8 kind of
Yeah.
thing. But I was not expecting that.
I'm not a big mini wheats.
I
fan.
had
No,
Mini Wheats
I-
this morning.
Personally, do
Yeah.
like the mini wheats. They're a good cereal, quality cereal. Just you don't hear about them.
Yeah.
Really
They're-
don't.
Yeah, it's
I love flipping them on, like, whenever I eat them with my spoon, flipping them and make sure that frost is
yeah,
face
no,
down.
yeah. I like when I was a kid. That frost.
Yeah.
I used to just bite the frost off because it was so good, and then I'd
Dude,
eat
that
the mini
frost
wheat
is
by
like-
itself. It's kind
And they're also not that bad for you either.
no, they're not.
They're one of the healthier options. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
It's hard to find healthy cereal.
It is. Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran. Yeah.
Let's see if that made it to his list. We'll find out later.
We might.
Number 4, hitting it with the frosted again. Frosted Flakes.
Oh, that-
Flakes are gas.
That's a elite pick
See,
right there.
I think you do them kind of dirty because you can't put Frosted Flakes on your top 5 and put them at the 4 spot.
yeah.
They were close
Frosted-
for the 3.
I
They were
feel
close
like
for
you
the
just
3.
leave them out completely and say you forgot about them because Frosted Flakes are.
At least he didn't choose cornflakes over frosted
Okay, yeah,
Flakes.
no, that's fair.
Then he would have been a little weird for that.
If the tiger isn't on the box, I don't
Oh.
want it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want
The frosted mini wheats and the frosted flakes were right there, but I had mini wheats this morning. That's what pushed
That's,
it over.
that's fair. He's got the loyalty again.
That's what
Yeah.
pushed it over the frosted flakes. And number 5, I felt like I couldn't leave them off the list. Cheerios. Honey Nut.
Honey
That,
Cheerios.
how did I forget about the Cheerios?
Like,
See-
they're good. I don't think that they're number one.
That-
For some
I've-
people, they are. I think they should always make
yeah,
the
I
top
think the
5
Cheerios were
list.
such a stepping stone for cereal.
Yeah.
They really were, but I was never a Cheerios guy.
I'm not gonna lie, I was.
I
was,
never
yeah.
ate Cheerios.
My dad loves Cheerios.
But like I feel like they're a little outdated now. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
they're-
no, they definitely.
That's kind
you
of
don't see the commercials.
Yeah, but I feel like they were definitely like a strong piece for
No,
cereal.
they definitely were with the commercials. and
Yes.
they had some good
There was
And
commercials.
there's Honey Nut Cheerios too.
Honey Nut. That's my
Okay,
favorite.
yeah. I think I've eaten Cheerios maybe once in my lifetime.
Wow.
They were
Wow, that's
always
crazy to me.
in. They were always up there, and just at that point, it was I won't eat cereal
Yeah.
if they were the last. That was kind of where it was.
I didn't like them just like bland, but I'd add a little bit of sugar to it, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
And then it makes it a lot better.
So
A lot better.
I only had this once. It's at my grandma's house, but it was like 3 different kinds of Cheerios in one box. Never saw one. I think that's just a
Interesting.
Southern thing, I guess. But
Huh.
it was so good. It was
Southern
like
thing is your.
chocolate, honey nut, or something, and then like a third other one. So good.
You said Southern thing. Where was this?
Alabama.
Alabama. Oh
Wow,
yeah.
interesting.
I don't recognize.
Roll
it.
Tide!
Roll Tide.
Roll
Hey,
Tide. Big Bama fan here.
Those for that do not know at home, Enoch was born in
He was
Alabama.
born in Alabama.
Born in Alabama, and he's in Louisville, Illinois
Yeah.
right now.
Who would have thought?
Should have
Somehow ended up here.
Glad
Somehow
you,
he's on a
glad you
podcast
did it,
with us.
but glad you did it, but. I guess I'll hop into.
Hop into your
That
list?
was it. Clear. That summed up your list. All right.
Do you want to take turns on our list and go 5?
Yeah,
5?
yeah.
All right, I like that. I like that.
Coming in at the 5, it's a good cereal. I think Enoch forgot about it, had to have, because when I think cereal, this is what I think. Like when I was younger, this is all I thought of. CTC, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, I was
the
this
5
close
spot.
to putting them
Not
on
a
my
fan.
list.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Hey,
Never have.
Which part?
The whole thing. I
I
just don't
like
really
it.
like them.
You're not a big cinnamon fan?
Not really. I like cinnamon sugar toast.
That's
but like
weird.
flavored cinnamon.
I was
things.
like this. They're like my number 6, I think. They're my next top.
No, that's fair.
I
just-
went with a cinnamon for my pick. I'm gonna let you in on it. Life cinnamon cereal. It's slept on.
I
Nobody
never
thinks
had it.
about it.
I know what you're talking
It's
about.
so good.
I've never had.
I used to be big into some like that
Yeah.
cereal, but not the cinnamon kind, because I put a little sugar on the top.
I see.
And then it was
That's
pretty
a good
It was
option.
pretty fire. That's what you went for 5?
Yeah, I was really debating cinnamon toast crunch though, but I just went with a slightly healthier option.
Okay. No, that's fair. Coming in at my 4, we talked about it with Enoch. It was a little controversial here with the sogginess and adding just it just getting soggy too quick. But I got into a big Fruity Pebbles kick.
Yeah.
We ate them at school.
We
one day.
did eat them out of a styrofoam cup.
Yeah, I brought
And-
them.
yeah,
I brought a box of Fruity Pebbles to our English
That was
class.
the best week of my life.
That was.
We had it like 2 or 3 times that week. It was
That
great.
was good.
I watched you guys eat
The
this.
second chance milk,
Mhm.
second chance breakfast from sophomore year.
Yep.
Yeah.
I brought milk.
Or was it junior year? Started sophomore year. I think we did it junior year. And we
Sounds
we
right.
poured it into the cups with the Fruity Pebbles. That was great.
Here's my thing with Fruity Pebbles. I feel like it's like Minecraft. You go like on a 2-week period
Now,
where
yeah,
you want to eat it, and then you're like, all right,
yeah, that too.
I need to like take a
That's
break. and fucking
But
eat it.
is it because you literally eat them every single day though?
That's a good point.
Because
You
they're
just
that
gotta-
good. You just burn yourself
You
out.
have to switch it up. If you
Yeah.
want to stay consistent with the cereal, you have to switch
And
it up.
let me just lighten this. You go from Fruity Pebbles 1 week, Cocoa the
Go-
next.
I've done this strategy
That-
before.
But
W.
the sogginess doesn't just catch up with
I
you.
know the
I got
sogginess
that
gets
straight.
there
I feel like
sometimes.
it's-
I got that strap down.
Dude,
don't
I
have that
feel like
issue.
just at the end of your cereal when you're sitting there scooping through that
Yeah.
those soggy pebbles.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like
I
that.
couldn't, man. I can't. I just drink it at that point.
I don't deal with that much. A little bit.
Like the-
That strap, I gotta teach you guys that strap.
Okay, you'll have
That's
to
what
show
it's
us.
gas.
We'll get to my number 4. It's kind of like Cheerios, but Fruit Loops.
Can't go
Fruit.
wrong.
Oh,
Fruit
Yep.
Loops,
Never forgotten
They're
about.
like they're like a number 7 for me. Number 6 or a 7.
He's hating on the Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
They're gas. I
6
love
or
them.
7 for Fruit Loops.
I love them. They're,
Oh, that's fair. They weren't on your list, but
they just don't get me on that week binge though.
All right.
I mean, they're a good like a one time, like
Yeah.
a one
That's
hit wonder
fair.
type thing,
Yeah.
but not like
I
just
like
once every once in a while.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So
We'll
that
hop into
was
your number 3.
that was your for my number 3. Okay, listen, I'm not sure. There's people that love them. There's people that hate them. I'm personally one that loves them. I didn't get on the kick until later in my life, and it's very unfortunate for me. But I'm gonna go with my number 3, Reese's Puffs.
You know, they made my list too.
They made your list? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's
Never
good.
seen 'em.
They're just. I didn't used to like them, and then when the commercial came on, I was like, I don't like this cereal. Like I don't even care about this commercial. But now,
They're fire.
They're fire. They're
fire.
good. A peanut butter and a cereal. Like
Oh, and it's a little bit of chocolate, but not too much.
And you get the crunch.
Yes, the
It's
crunch
crazy.
is immaculate.
It's good. It's a
I've
good
never had
cereal.
Reese's Puffs.
Never
had Reese's
Even after all the
Puffs.
commercials? Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Oh, that is great.
That's what I
Great
think.
advertisement by them also
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
That song is
Sponsor
so
us,
nice.
Reese's Puffs.
Yeah,
7
please.
years later.
You know, I'm gonna touch back into another one. My number 3, I went with Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes.
I think they're a great pick.
You know, I think Frosted Flakes might take the MVP of this ranking.
That's fair.
I
I
think
think
they
they're a
might
very
be.
great cereal.
They might take the MVP of this
But
ranking.
I just feel like sometimes you just eat them too much and they start getting bland again.
Sometimes they cut your mouth out a little bit.
What?
No.
I've never
no.
heard of this.
Never?
Wait, let
What?
me in. Let me in.
Are
on
you,
this.
Like, not
what
much.
are you doing? Are you like shoving it in your what are you doing?
Like before the milk, before the milk soaked them at all. Like whenever you just dive your spoon right
You gotta
in.
wait
You
a
gotta get that crunch.
Sometimes it's
The
just
crunch is
yeah.
good. You gotta wait a
Are you
second.
eating with your
Like,
You
tongue?
douse
Like
it.
I just have one memory, and maybe it's not a lot, but I definitely cut the roof of my mouth once eating. Not like Captain
Wow.
Crunch level, but like
Never heard of this.
He's eating them with a knife. He's eating them with
Captain Crunch though tears your mouth up.
Captain Crunch does tear your mouth up. I
Like your
will
mouth will be
second
raw. after
But
you
it's
use
good.
too much.
I
It's
love
so
me some
good.
Captain
that. I love
It's
Captain
good.
Crunch too.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Did that not make it on your list?
It didn't.
It was in my thought process.
Yeah, it was in
I
my
thought about it.
I
just
honestly, I think I
didn't-
should have put them up there a little
I
bit.
just don't.
Because I feel like there's so many. They got the berries also.
They do, but
It's pretty solid.
Captain Crunch is like one of those things where you're like 12 years old, you eat them for
Yeah.
a week and you
Yeah.
never eat them again, but
Yeah.
you remember eating them.
And you're trying to
that
play the
one
games on
week.
the box.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Yes.
what is up with? By the way, cereal. That has gone so downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to just sit there and play with. My cereal would go to waste because I'm sitting here playing the games and looking
Yeah.
at the boxes and looking around. And now there's nothing.
Are the games getting boringer or are we just getting older?
I don't.
It's a
know.
valid
There's not even
question.
games. I can't
Some
even
of
find
them,
any
some
games.
of them don't have games.
No, they don't.
Cocoa Pebbles always had games.
And a lot of times they have them in bags now. Like, you know?
Yeah, I know.
so,
yeah.
like, sometimes I get my cereal in
Yeah.
bags and I can't
Yeah,
play the
no, I
games.
get you. That Captain Crunch has those big bags,
Yeah.
I think. But so we heard your number 3, the Frosted Flakes hop into number 2.
Oh,
Bell.
interesting. The bell is ringing.
Yeah.
That is right.
So we're going to have to hurry this podcast up, aren't
Hurry
we?
up along, yeah. Number 2 for me, I haven't heard of it yet, and I'm a little disappointed in both of you so far. Except for Levi, we got time. He's got time to make it up.
Alright.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms
Lucky Charms
is
No.
a great pick, actually.
Lucky Charms
Very good pick.
is
Such a good pick.
fantastic. I
The
think
marshmallows just really
I
play together.
I throw some sugar on the top,
Ooh.
and then I'll pour some milk in. It's
I think I've actually got a picture of you just devouring some marshmallows out of a Lucky Charms thing when you were younger. But just the marshmallows, a bag of the marshmallows.
I've seen those. Marissa had a bag
Yes.
of marshmallows and I ate those. So
you
I
have a
had
picture
stomachache.
of me.
Yes, as a little kid up at the square.
That's a little odd. Levi a little concerning. All right, I'll
I know, it's a funny
Bro,
picture.
I was in the bushes just taking pictures of
What are you doing?
We'll have to insert that picture on the podcast.
We'll have to find it, insert it here. Maybe?
Right there.
Maybe here?
Right there.
Maybe.
Maybe here?
If not, somewhere over here.
Not, this isn't going to be in the podcast.
Yeah.
It's going to be edited out.
All right. I'm gonna hop on to my number 2. Reese's Puffs. I know you already mentioned
alright.
them, but that's me.
Number 2?
Yeah.
I gotta try
I'm a big
these.
fan.
I
I'm a
had
big
them
fan.
at 3. I had them
I
at
gotta
3.
try them sometime.
I was a mediocre fan, and then my brother Trey, he really put me on him.
No, that's it's always the brothers.
I know. He was
Because
always
it's
eating
something
things.
like that influencing.
Let's hear your number 1. I'm
Let's
really
hear it.
curious to hear this number 1. He's had some strong picks so far.
Like I said,
Oh, I already know.
now with the
I already
Reese's,
know what he went
now
on.
with the Reese's Puffs, I'm not sure, but with Frosted Flakes, I think they take the MVP.
I'm not upset about that at all.
MVP
It's not a bad pick,
of
not
the
bad.
ranking, I think.
Because
I've got him at the 1. Levi had it on his list.
I had him at the 3.
You had him at the
It was
3.
a good pick.
I should have
Enoch
bumped him
had
up. I should have bumped him up off the
Enix
had
should
him
have
at
him
the
regret.
I think
had a little regret
Frosted
on that.
Flakes
Frosted Flakes might
is
be
such
the
a
MVP of this.
diverse cereal. I just think it's so good.
It is. It is.
I throw sugar on them too because it's just like, it's just great.
Oh,
I love that texture.
I
love
really
the
like this
flavor.
pick.
I think I'm gonna make an executive decision. I think that Frosted Mini Wheats this morning swayed my opinion a little bit.
Mhm.
Maybe some red alerts up here. We're going on right now. Frosted Flakes are moving up to the number 3. Frosted,
Wow.
Frosted Mini Wheats
Game
are going
time
down.
What a
decision.
pick.
Fourth quarter,
In
Enix
the
slides
making.
in and throws the Frosted Flakes at the 3.
But I think I've definitely had Frosted Flakes a lot more than Mini Wheats and stuff.
that's fair.
I'm gonna go in and let you in on my number 1. Lucky Charms.
Lucky
Back at
Charm.
it. I thought they were a great pick.
Lucky Charms was mine too. You can't beat. You
They're
can't beat the
good.
marshmallows.
They're great.
They can't beat the marshmallows.
They're like you can take them as a
beat that
snack
lead.
and eat them like dry, just on the go with the
They-
marshmallows.
you can.
Or you can just eat them.
You
Yeah.
can't,
what I love about 'em.
can't sleep on the left.
Let's talk about some cereal we didn't expect
Let's
to
do it.
see on this list. I'm just gonna pick one from both of your list, I guess. That's what I'll go with. I didn't expect to see Frosted Mini Wheats on this list.
I didn't either.
I didn't expect to see it. It just wasn't something I wanted. Not wanted to. I was expected to see.
Yeah.
And then the Life Cinnamon.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
did
was-
not expect to
That-
see
It's
that
a
it.
sleeper.
was-
It's a
that was-
sleeper.
I did not
haven't
expect
even
to see
heard
it
of that
at all. I
before.
never have. I've heard of it, but like I've never seen like someone.
It's
eat it.
good.
It's one of those cereals I thought just go on the shelf.
That was just in my grandparents' house. Right?
Yeah, like my
Yeah.
grandma's eating them on like a Sunday morning or something.
Yeah.
Like not something you.
I do go to my grandma's a lot.
He
Might have
does,
some
he
sway
does.
on it.
He does. That
Neither
would make
why.
sense. That would make sense. But Enoch, you got anything you didn't expect to see on this list?
You know what else I didn't expect to see? Cheerios.
I was gonna say
I
Cheerios,
really, like-
but I didn't want to hit his list twice.
That's a good point.
I didn't want to hit his list twice. I didn't want to hit.
I
his
feel like
good
they
one.
had to be mentioned.
They are
I'm glad that they were.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was a good
I
pick.
almost like just put a separate section honorable mention and put another
That-
cereal.
Alright.
I almost did that, but I didn't know if that was.
would have been smart.
That would have been smart.
Would have been very smart.
But I just felt like they had to be talked about.
They had to be talk. It had to be a discussion that we had.
Okay, I think we really got to step into a controversial question. Do we put the milk first or the cereal first?
Now,
Cereal
before we
first.
answer, okay, we got Edie for the answer. I just think we should talk about this a little bit.
I think we should.
Is it like a certain different cereal where we change it up, or is it just cereal first?
I think no
Cereal
matter
first.
what, I'm always putting the cereal in first.
But you go as far as whenever you eat all your cereal, you get another bowl and pour your milk in over them.
I'm not. I've done that
Wait,
before.
wait.
Somebody's done. Yeah, I've heard people.
No, that's
some people
weird.
do that. I don't do that.
That is weird.
I
I've done
pour
it
the milk
before,
over.
but I would not do that on the regular.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
see,
people. Some people do that on the
Exactly,
regular.
yeah.
I
wouldn't
think
do
you
that.
just live with the fact
Yeah, they
that
have to
you
pour
have to
on
pour
top.
some more cereal in.
Let me ask you this: have you guys ever gotten splashback from
Ooh.
your cereal?
I
pouring
don't
on?
believe I have.
No, I mean,
Or
what are
we're
you?
pouring
Are
it
you
in.
dropping it from?
I think
like,
one time I was eating like Frosted Flakes, and it might have like splashed
Yes,
like off the
Frosted
bowl,
Flakes.
like into the onto the counter. But I'd never like
Mine
splashed
got
myself.
splashed back. I had that
That's
happen one
interesting.
No,
time.
I have a gentle approach to pour my cereal.
I usually
I
do.
was-
Sometimes I feel like the Frosted Flakes textures really just makes it bounce.
Yeah, I was
It
13
does.
years old, and it was the morning before school at around 6:40 in the
You
morning.
remember the exact age and time. Yeah.
He's on. He's got it sided
This
down.
was, I had to go change my
And-
pants.
This was a tragic moment in his life.
Bowl
Wow.
of Frosted Flakes.
I
Maybe
can't
we
believe
need to change
cereal
it. That's
did
crazy.
that to you.
But no, I'm
Wow.
definitely a cereal
Yes.
first
I
kind of
think-
guy. I gotta have that milk pour over the top.
I think if
Yeah.
you're not, you're a
Drizzle.
little weird.
Yeah, no, that
It
is
gets
a
a
little
nice
hard.
weird.
so
You're a little weird.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with you.
Nothing wrong
Just-
with you.
It's a little weird.
Just a little
What are
odd.
you doing in life? Might want to rethink some things. Go back.
Yeah, for
change. I don't
Take a
know.
couple steps back.
Therapy. I don't know. But
Yeah, maybe you should go seek some professional help for that.
that was yeah. You're doing something
sure.
wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah. I guess we could switch topics here a little bit.
think-
You know,
I think
we
we
got a little
should.
bit more time with you before you go here. I know we're on a tight schedule here. You got classes to get to, as you heard. But
Yeah.
Enoch, I guess we take turn. We'll go down. We'll list our 5s, our 4s, our 3s.
Okay,
Okay,
I
another
think-
ranking for
I think. What are we gonna rank today?
movies.
Oh.
We're ranking movies today.
So this is an
Second.
interesting subject. It's like depends what mood you're in, you know.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. I went, for me, disclaimer before we start, I went off movies I thought of.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever
Yeah.
I thought movies. Not movies I particularly liked.
Yes.
Just
I agree.
movies I thought of because they had to be here.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
Actually, one of my picks I ended up switching later on because I just randomly thought of them and I really liked that movie.
Okay. Talk about it. Okay, you want to start
We'll see.
with the 5 spot?
Yep. I'll start the 5 spot. I think it's a sleeper pick. I don't know if anybody had this on their list, to be honest. But I'm gonna go with Toy Story.
It's
Oh,
not bad.
you know, I missed out on that. I should have been on the list. It wasn't on the
It's a
list.
good series, really. They got 4
Toys.
stories. I
4
believe.
of stories about toys. And that is crazy.
It's a good.
Let's-
There's so.
All right, my list. I'm not a big movie watcher.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I
fine.
like them. It's not that I hate them, but it just doesn't happen a lot. So my list is just purely me thinking of what movies that I really enjoy. Maybe not even my favorite, just top of my head, what am I thinking when I think of the movies? And I'm like,
He's really giving me
Right
Titanic
now.
vibes. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
no,
That is
yeah.
not on my list.
That's a good thing.
So at number 5, I forgot to put mine in order. Number 5 would be The Matrix. The Matrix.
Okay.
is- I remember
That's a
watching that
solid
when I
movie.
was younger, and watching it with my parents, and I was so invested, and I love that movie.
I really think like when I was like 12 to 14, that movie was exceptional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking of. And
Yeah.
that's just a very pivotal moment in me watching movies.
Bits and pieces I've seen of it. I'm not really seen the Matrix.
I don't really recall it a lot, but I do remember watching it as a teenager.
Okay. I'm gonna start off. I'm not gonna start off with my 5. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in an honorable mention because I've been thinking about it,
Okay,
and
okay.
I forgot to put it on my list. Which
Yeah, I think I have one.
you're allowed to miss shots. Allowed to
You're
miss
allowed to miss
shots.
shots.
Allowed
It
to miss
happens.
shots. My honorable mention is gonna be the Star Wars movies.
I was gonna say
I
that.
almost put
My honorable
nothing.
mention, yeah.
Nothing-
Yeah.
nothing new.
That's great.
Nothing.
Actually.
None of the new Star Wars movies. Not that I hate them. They're just
No,
maybe. Nothing. Nothing new. But like the original Star Wars movies,
Mhm.
I
was
feel
gonna say
like they're
that.
just like they're great, and I love how they started off with like what happened after, what happened after, and then they
Yeah.
went back, and then yeah, I think that
It's
was
a great series.
Mhm.
it's a great series. But at my 5, I mean, how can you not think of this movie? I mean, Christmas time rolls around.
Oh, I know what he's thinking. I almost put them on the list.
It's
it
a
is-
it's a Wonderful Life.
Interesting.
Is
I
that
thought,
not-
I thought you were gonna go with Home Alone.
Home Alone. Good
I
movie,
thought that's
too.
where you're
That's
going when you said
also-
Christmas.
I watched a lot of Home Alone, but not where I
Home
went.
Alone.
It was It's a Wonderful Life.
I almost put Home Alone on my Christmas. I'm not. Which one's A Wonderful Life about? Remind me.
I'm trying to think.
He doesn't even know his own
I haven't
movie.
seen it. I haven't seen it often, but I think about it as
I
a
can't-
movie.
I'm gonna do a little research and look up which one it is because I can't.
It's the
remember.
guy. I think there's an angel. There's an angel that comes in. I've seen it twice in my lifetime when I
This
was
must be the
younger.
wrong one.
But I just remember when I was younger watching this movie, and every time Christmas rolls around, I think of it. I see it on Netflix. I think of it, so I just threw it up there. It's a great movie. Great. I think it's just an angel comes around.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever watched
Read the
this
description
before.
that Levi was.
Is it this one right here? Before I read it off.
Yes, the angel.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever watched this.
Thought about, yeah, I'm not gonna say that out loud,
Okay.
but yeah, that's what I.
So obviously it's Christmas, and
Mhm.
angels are discussing George. I don't know who George is, but we see his life in flashback. And then as George is about to jump from a bridge, he ends up rescuing his guardian angel, Clarence, who then shows George what his town would have looked like if it hadn't been for all his good deeds over the years. That sounds like a really
I
good
think
movie.
It is a good
actually, I have seen that movie. I remember
It's a good
it.
movie. I had a brain fart on what it was about.
I just
It
remember
happens.
I
Lot
have
of
seen that
shots.
movie.
It's okay.
That's interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that for sure. So
But Levi, I want to
I'm gonna
start.
go ahead and do it the 4.
The 4.
This was a really great movie, and I almost put them higher. But as a kid, this is all I can think about. Space Jam.
Mm.
Never seen it.
Yep.
Never
Whoa,
saw
the
Space
original.
Jam.
Well, you saw.
Not the
You
original.
saw the LeBron Space Jam before you saw the
Oh,
MJ Space
no,
Jam.
guys.
I'll say this. I've been like, it was just I haven't seen it for a long time, but right now, I want to wait for a special moment with my friends to watch it, because I've never seen the original Space Jam.
This
We'll-
is just
we'll be
mind-boggling.
watching
We-
Space
we
Jam
need to-
soon.
we're
I
gonna
feel like
have
we've
to.
talked about this, and
Yeah, we
why
have.
did I let this slip?
Mhm.
Why did I let you
I
know?
can't
I
believe
don't want to watch it by myself.
L in the comments.
Believe
You're
it.
not watching
I
Space
cannot
Jam.
believe this.
That's crazy.
I really wanted
I-
to. I've really wanted to.
I almost put them higher on my list because they're just such an elite movie, I feel like.
That is wild.
One of the greatest sports movies of all
Oh
time.
no, yeah, for sure. But the greatest athlete ever.
Exactly. Enoch,
Bugs
let's
Bunny.
hear your 4.
My number 4. It's pretty simple. I loved watching when growing up. Car series.
That is such a phenomenal
That is a
thing.
good movie. I was thinking more like actual movies. You guys are going
I have a lot of animated movies
as a
on.
kid, and
Yeah.
that's crazy. I went the wrong route. I went more movies I've watched when I was older. So
That's
number
fair.
4 is Stand By Me. You guys ever
That's
seen
another one I'm not sure if I've ever heard
These
of.
kids like walking through like the forest to find their friend who had been unalived,
I see what you're saying.
and because I think
Never seen.
that something I've always said since I watched that movie was because I watched it when I was a kid and it's kind of just stuck with me is someone says shut up, You say, I don't shut up, I grow up, and when I look at you, I throw up.
Ah.
You ever hear me say that?
I've heard that a
That's
lot.
good.
I've heard it a lot.
That's what that's from.
Oh,
I see.
didn't know
I was wondering why Alex always says that.
Yeah, no,
Because
yeah.
that deep childhood memories.
Because
I
they
just thought
were
it was
they were
weird.
because they were in that junkyard, I think, and that dog. I think it was around the time that dog came
Yeah.
and like scared him off. And you say yeah, but
You have no idea what it
you
is.
no idea what's going on. Yeah,
I get what you're saying though.
but yeah, that's where I was at. That's my 4.
Oh my! Now that I look at my number 3, I think it might also should be higher. The Lorax. This is such a great movie.
It's a good movie.
I have a story about the Lorax.
Let's hear it.
I never watched the Lorax. I have, but I had never at this point in my life. And we had a snow day or something. And I just remember, because everyone was talking about it, for whatever reason, we were talking about it at school, and like everyone was talking about it, I'd never watched it.
Really?
So on the snow day, I sat and I watched the Lorax in my room by myself. I just remember.
That
this
sounds
distinct-
lonely.
It was very lonely, yeah, but it was a good movie, and I really.
That's
I
great.
didn't cry, no. But it's a good story.
It is a good
It tells,
story.
yeah, it's like
I like it. It's a good movie.
it's like one of those cartoons that kind of like have a meaning.
Yeah.
So it's just really just teaches you a lesson. I
Yeah.
think.
It's a good life lesson for
It
you
was a
guys.
very good life lesson.
Enoch?
So my number 3, stepping up a little bit, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
I enjoyed that movie a lot.
That's
Good
a solid
movie.
movie.
These next 2 movies are movies that I've watched recently.
Yeah,
What
okay,
you're
that
saying.
makes sense.
I've
Yeah.
named my kids' movies, and now I'm stepping up.
Not
to
gonna
what I've
lie,
recently
most of
watched.
mine are kid movies.
Most of mine are not.
The Wolf of Wall Street, I thought was really good, and just all around a great movie. I thought it was
Alright.
funny.
So I'm a sports guy.
Ooh.
We know that.
Where's he going with this? There's
So,
a lot of good options.
Just know that.
That's got to be up there.
Just know that when people are watching, I'm a sports guy. This is not what I think are the top 5 movies of all time. Just what I was thinking of when I thought of movies. And sports is obviously a big part of my life. So I went at the number 3, Field of Dreams.
Enoch called it.
I
I
think
knew it was
it-
coming.
He did call it. It was a great story. Probably looked at my list. Great. I like to say it tells a great story. It's awesome.
Yeah, I did enjoy it.
No, I
He
think
builds.
it is.
I mean, think about how crazy you have to be to build
Yeah.
a field in your. Like,
And then,
We should do that.
You're
didn't they end up playing an actual game there?
yeah.
They recreated it.
Yes, they recreated.
That's
'Cause
actually crazy.
It was on MLB The Show.
Yeah.
For those who play the MLB The Show, it was a field that you could play on MLB The Show. I remember.
Alex is a big MLB guy.
I just got the game. I just started playing the game last night.
Yeah,
Actually,
but he's
MLB.
going pro.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, that's me. But yeah, no Field of Dreams is where I was at.
Alright, I'm jumping to my number 2. I really like the Marvel series, you know? So, I went with Thor in specific.
Thor.
Because I really like the Thor movies. I don't know why. I just really enjoy them.
Some could say that's your end game. Terrible pun.
I don't understand
Alright.
because I don't watch those movies.
You know what?
Wow.
Oh, crazy about me and Enoch here. We a long time ago. I don't know if you remember this. We started watching the Marvel series, and we just stopped. I don't know what happened.
That's
But we
fair.
just stopped.
Yeah, I guess we watched a lot of movies.
Yeah, we did. We
Yeah,
watched
it's like-
one movie.
I just really like the Marvel movies.
we watched 2 movies.
Just two.
I think we watched 1.5. We watched the first one. We got into the second one. Stopped watching because we planned on watching all of them.
Yeah. Why did we stop?
I don't. We
Did we
just
just
forgot.
forget?
I think we forgot.
I think we need to have the boys together and just watch the movies.
That would be awesome. That would be a great
Right, so-
time. Space Jam started.
Space Jam, obviously.
Not very many people can say this. I've seen bits and pieces. There's very few that I've watched the full of any superhero movie.
What?
Any. And Superman, name them. I
No
probably
way.
haven't
That is
seen
wild.
That is actually
That is
insane.
wild to me. But
Wow.
Anakin, I guess you're number 2.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Number 2, probably, I'm going to guess this, the only horror movie on anybody's lists.
I almost put one
I
on mine.
almost put some horror movies on, but I just
almost did.
chose not
So
to.
this one, I watched this last weekend, last Saturday. Smile.
Was it good?
I've never watched
It scared me.
Yeah,
Like,
did it?
I was scared. Like
Good scare.
one of my friends like kept doing that smile after, and it genuinely freaked me
Can you
out.
give us a demonstration of the smile?
But no,
I
I can't do it good. I can't do it good.
I saw a lot of TikToks, like things that when I scroll through, I'd see the ads for it, and it looks like, I'm not gonna lie, it didn't look that good.
I can't.
I did not look that good. Apparently it is
It was
good.
sca- it was
Maybe I
sca-
should
it was
watch
scary.
it. I don't know.
Like
But,
the jump scares in it, and I'm not a big horror movie fan. Like I don't like love it,
Mhm.
but like we watched that. It was like 3 a.m. It was
Wow.
scary.
Dude,
I
No,
thoroughly
movies
liked
like
the
scary
movie.
movies that like really like late at night or like
Mhm,
early
with
in the
your
morning.
friends.
That
Yeah.
like
Dude,
it's
It's,
different.
The Conjuring
Conjuring.
Conjuring,
Watched
I
it.
almost put
But
it on
that's
my
what
list.
I was gonna put. That
I
was
thought
gonna put that on
about
my
it.
list, but I didn't. Honorable mention Conjuring for
Yes,
everyone.
for sure.
I think.
Me and you.
I'm serious.
We
watched
with
it, and
Fleet,
then
with
Fleeter,
Logan.
yeah.
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 We watched
Sorry,
this.
Levi.
It's scary.
You're
It's
probably-
alright. I watched it also with
With your grandma?
with my grandma.
That would probably not be a good idea.
Another one. Like I said, sports. It's just a good movie all around. I'd say. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I hope you guys have seen it.
Hopefully,
Coach Carter.
Coach Carter.
I haven't seen it.
You've
I
never
believe
seen.
I've seen it, but it's been
Enoch, you
it's
gotta
been a
start
minute.
watching some movies, dude.
Let's do it.
Coach Carter.
I'd have to remember which one
I'm
Coach
sure
Carter
it
is, but I
is.
definitely watched it.
So he comes in, he like, I don't think he was coaching anywhere, but I think his son's team was playing Richmond. Richmond is the team, and he was watching, or maybe he just went to watch a game, and he took over the coaching position, and it's just a rough group of boys, and he turns them into like.
Was this
good
football?
men.
It was basketball. I'm thinking of a different movie.
And he like they make it to this.
Wait,
They make it to the
Does it end
championship
in a
tie
buzzer beater?
training.
Does it end in a buzzer beater?
Yeah,
I've
but
seen
the
it.
other team,
I've seen it.
I've seen some TikToks about y'all still mad Ty Crane hit the buzzer beater on Richmond, but it had like something Cruz, something Cruz. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his first name. But yeah,
I've watched
and they were
I
just a
definitely
rough
saw
group, and he
it.
turns
It's a
them
long
into.
time ago.
And he had the
Never
shutout. He has the shutout where he doesn't let them play until they get their grades up. Yeah.
oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. You just rang a bell with that part right there.
Yeah, no,
now I'm remembering it.
It's a good movie. I
It's a
like
great
it.
movie,
It tells a
actually.
good story. It's awesome.
It does. Well, I'm gonna bring back to my movie, Cars. That's my number one.
Cars is good.
Ever since I was a little kid, Cars. Like,
Cars is good.
there's a funny story. So, whenever I was a little kid, I wasn't very good at English at first, you know,
Mhm.
how every kid is. So I'd go into my mom's room and I'd go, vroom, vroom, and she would know to turn on Cars for me.
That's awesome.
That's,
Not
that's,
even-
that's
that's-
dope.
Cars is iconic. I mean,
It really is.
I think it's a good MVP.
It's
It was
a
on your
very-
list.
It's a very good.
It was on your list, correct? Yeah, that's a good MVP candidate.
It could be, it
It's
could
not
be.
It's
MVP.
not on my list, but I think it's the first movie to be on two lists so
I think
far.
you're right. I think
So
you're
I
right.
think probably Cars is a good MVP candidate for
Yeah, so far, yes.
so far. And then Enoch, it's your turn.
All right, my number one. Along with the Cars theme, like about cars, I love cars. They're my biggest passion.
He is a big car
Always
guy.
have.
Enoch loves
And
Cars.
This movie will always be my number one favorite movie of all time. I don't think anything will ever beat it. Ford versus Ferrari.
Interesting.
I don't think anybody.
I've never even heard of this.
You've never even heard of
No,
it?
you're not.
I've never heard of it. Maybe one time.
Like
think
I
you
was,
said that,
I was
yeah.
expecting you to say more like Fast and the Furious or something.
Yeah, the Furious and the Fast.
So the movie is pretty much about. I forgot what it's called. It's a 24-hour race.
Ford versus Ferrari.
What? it's a 24-hour race, non-stop racing pretty much, and
Mario Kart.
pretty much.
Oh,
That's
So
interesting.
basically, so these cars had to run for 24 hours, and Ferrari was always like the best. And
Yeah.
so Ford made the Ford, I think it's the GT, like you know the.
I have no idea.
No,
Nick.
no,
You guys
I'm not a big
don't
car
know.
guy.
I'm
Not a big
not
car
a
guy.
car
Right,
guy.
well, they made a very iconic car, one of their most iconic cars, to compete, and they ended up winning.
Really?
So it's about the fight between Ford versus Ferrari through those races because they were battling, and Ferrari is a supercar, you know.
Now I do.
Now we do.
Ferrari makes supercars, and Ford, you know, they're just known as just to kind of make cars. And
Joe Schmo.
they've had Mustangs and stuff, but those couldn't compete. So that was their first time, like, really clashing with a supercar like
That's
that.
great.
And I loved that movie. It was so, like, I loved it.
Wow.
To death.
One, and like, this is my number one. The guy, the man, here. It's just what I think of. Like, it's just what I think of whenever I think of movies.
Interesting.
It's The Sandlot.
I knew it.
Did you?
I knew
The
it.
Sandlot. That is such
Yeah,
a great
I knew
movie.
it.
What happens that movie again? I know what it is.
No
It's a dog.
way.
You don't
I know-
never
I know-
see-
No
You don't know what it is.
way.
I've seen it.
We've
I've seen
named
it.
like 4 or 5 great movies of
Wow.
ever, and you just don't even know.
I've seen
any
it.
of them.
I've seen it.
Wow.
You just gotta remind me.
They,
I know
they
I've
play
seen it.
baseball on this beat down field, and they hit. So Babe Ruth signed a baseball, and the kid's stepdad, Smalls,
Yeah.
Smalls'
okay, I know what it
stepdad,
is.
he takes the ball because they ran out of balls, and you know they had to buy them back then, and there's a lot of money. It was like 50 cents, but that's a lot of money back then. So he takes the Babe Ruth signed baseball, and they play baseball with it. And they hit a home. Some kid he hit a home run with the own ball that he had, and he was real upset because it was signed by Babe Ruth, but he thought it was signed by some girl. like he had no idea because he didn't really know
Yeah.
much about baseball.
Yeah.
So he thought it was signed by some girl, and they went on this big old mission to get it back. And
'Cause
there's
the
just
dog was,
dog.
like,
There's a
trapped,
dog over the
yeah.
fence that would known to kill people. Not really, I don't think.
No, but as kids,
But as
they're thinking
yeah,
that.
I mean, when you were 8 years old, this
You
big
think that
dog
dog would
across,
tear you
yeah.
apart, yeah.
Especially if you've heard stories. But
Like
yeah,
fingers.
I think it's a phenomenal movie pick.
no, it's good. That's why it's up there.
Good pick.
So why it's up there, Sandlot will always go down as one of those movies. Not the spin-offs though, like the second one and like the other versions.
Yeah,
No,
I get
the
that.
first, the original is good. I think they actually came out with the second one. Well, not second one. I mean like the older version, the older second one. But I think they came out with a new one. Actually, like
Yeah,
telling
I don't know if I've
their
seen
future. I haven't seen it. I didn't even know it was out until recent. But apparently it's been out for a while.
Wow.
I think we're about out of time here
Yeah.
with Enoch.
It was a great time having
It was
you.
great having you, and I
Great talking.
definitely think we need to bring you back
Yeah.
sometime soon because
We
I
might just
had
have
a
to do
great
that.
time. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to be here.
And he's a great storyteller,
Oh,
too.
great story.
Great storyteller.
Man with words, for sure.
For sure.
I'm honored to be the first one on the podcast.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
It's
a great
great
time
having you.
having you, and I just appreciate you being here and
Yeah.
just taking your time here.
Thank you.
Here. Appreciate having you. Thank you.
Nice having you.
Goodbye, everybody.
It's a great time.
Enoch is such a classy guy, you know.
Good. It's really nice to have.
I really like the vibe he was giving us.
It's really nice to have him on the podcast and just appreciate him even taking time
Yeah.
to be here and just
He had some interesting topics. you know.
some good takes. I don't
Yeah.
even know what Ford versus Ferrari is, but
Yeah, he's a big car guy.
Apparently it's a movie. Good big car guy here.
Not what I was expecting.
Not what I was expecting either. But
And the mini wheats was a little interesting.
I was just about to say Frosted Mini Wheats.
Yeah, I was shook.
Good pick, but top 5? I don't think so.